Imagine a single gunshot setting the world ablaze. That was the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand in 1914. This single violent act in the heart of Sarajevo was the spark that lit the fuse of the First World War. The Archduke, heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, was brutally killed along with his wife. This assassination, carried out by a young Serbian nationalist, sent shockwaves throughout Europe. It was not merely a tragic event, but a catalyst for a conflict that would soon engulf the world. The world at this time was a tangled web of alliances, treaties, and obligations. Countries were bound together in intricate networks of protection and promise, like a chain of dominoes waiting to fall. The assassination of the Archduke was the push that set this catastrophic chain reaction into motion. A single spark, a complex web of alliances. The stage was set for a war unlike any the world had ever seen. Now the world was at war, a war so devastating it was thought to be the war to end all wars. The globe was soon plunged into a chaos it had never seen before, with major battles marking the landscape of this global conflict. Let's take, for instance, the Battle of the Somme, a deadly encounter that stretched over 4 long months, leaving over 1 million men wounded or dead. The scale of such carnage was unprecedented. Then there was the Battle of Verdun, a tug-of-war that lasted nearly the entire year of 1916. Here, hundreds of thousands of men were sacrificed in the name of territorial gain. The brutality of the war was not just in the numbers, but in the conditions. Soldiers lived and died in trenches, a muddy, bloody maze that was as much a psychological terror as it was physical. In the mud and blood of the trenches, the world was forever changed. When the guns fell silent in 1918, the world was left to count the cost and to deal with the aftermath. The Treaty of Versailles, signed in 1919, was a significant part of this aftermath. It placed the blame squarely on Germany, imposing heavy reparations that would cripple the German economy for years to come. This war also brought about seismic geopolitical changes. Empires crumbled, borders were redrawn, and new nations were born from the ashes. The Russian, Ottoman, German, and Austro-Hungarian empires collapsed, making way for new states to emerge on the world stage. But perhaps the most significant legacy was the stage it set for another world war. The resentment and economic hardship sowed by the Treaty of Versailles, combined with the volatile geopolitical landscape, created a fertile ground for the rise of authoritarianism and, eventually, World War II. World War I ended, but its echoes would be heard for decades to come, shaping the world as we know it today.